Bonjour, Mishko Paganon Quain Adishnagas Mungdodem. Hi everybody, it's Sandy Boucher here, Red Thunderbolt Woman of the Loon Clan. I'm a proud member of Seine River First Nation in Northern Ontario, and I'm here today with yet another episode of Surviving Isolation. And truth be told, between you and me, some days we're surviving, some days really doesn't feel that way. But I hope you're doing okay. So we are on handy dandy cards, always. We are on episode 28. I was thinking about that this morning. That means 28 weeks ago, I started this crazy idea. I was reaching out to the universe to be able to talk to anybody. As a motivational speaker, all my public events had been canceled. I was completely isolated in my condo, just me and my adorable fur mate, my kitty cat. And I was missing people hardcore, scared to death for my career, and really missing people. So I am thrilled to be here today. I'm starting to get used to this video lifestyle. All good. Before I say another word, a big chimikwich, a huge thank you to all of my viewers and listeners. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for checking it out. Don't forget to like the video, share the video if you choose, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any future plans. And my fur mate is trying to get in on this show. You might see her before the show is over. She decided this morning that the arm of my chair is the most perfect place in the planet to take a nap. It was a little difficult to work, but it was cuddly too, so it's a trade-off. So as I was saying, welcome if you're watching this on YouTube. And of course, if you're watching this on Shaw Spotlight, Chimigwich for welcoming me back into your home. I absolutely appreciate the opportunity. I'm being watched. And I didn't mean on TV in that moment. Mental health check-in. Cards down. Let's get serious. How are you doing? School's back in session. Scary stories going across the internet. Watching numbers go up in Southern Ontario. Not directly affecting us, but for all those people living in communities on the highway, how's your anxiety level? How's your mental health? You having the conversations? You have someone you can talk to about this, someone you can reach out to. What you're feeling is natural and normal, and it needs to be shared and discussed for your sake. So I really, really do hope you have someone to reach out and talk to. How are the kids doing? I bet they're happy to see their friends, but with all the new rules, we're getting into flu season. Common colds are starting to rear their ugly heads, and it's wreaking havoc. I hope you're okay. I am truly, honestly saying that from my heart to yours. I hope you're okay, and I hope you have the supports you need to get through this. And if not, I hope you get on that and find those supports, and I hope they exist for you. So my heart goes out to you. There's no kidding aside when it comes to mental health, and that part is absolutely serious, which is why I included it in the show that doesn't always tend to be serious. Statistics time. When it comes to numbers, I always need a reference card, because me and numbers, not so much. Big ideas, dreams, goals, I can do that. Numbers, not so much. Okay, we know that March 11th, the World Health Organization declared the pandemic. But do you know how many days ago that was? Did you check it out? Did you do the math? Did you go back and watch the last episode for a hint? If you did, kudos for doing those research skills. 198 days. Beyond imagination, and I lived through it, and I still cannot comprehend. So we know Ontario, the lockdown has ended. We were in lockdown for 129 days from March 17th to July 24th when the stages were introduced. I had done my last event March 13th, but I am thrilled to report I did a live event, local, 9 people, small, safe, social distancing, on September 17th, which meant I went 187 days without an event. Now, I am insanely busy in my new online career, but I'm thrilled to say that for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be working with that group again, live in person. So I'm thrilled, and Chi Miigwech Creative for providing me with that opportunity. I am so excited. But as I said, super duper, insanely crazy busy. My schedule just changed like insanity, like crazy. It's like nuts. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. How do you do it all when it's nuts, when you're juggling kids and school and homework and your career and working from home and your hubby, maybe he's working from home, and maybe you have laptops across from each other at the dining room table. If that's the case, my heart goes out to you. I can't even imagine. Just someone better be making coffee. That's all I can say. So for me, with this new increase in volume, it's like, okay, how am I going to do this? Because I was starting to feel the stress. I don't know about you, but when there's just tons of stuff to do, and if I start thinking about that all the time, I can feel the stress level going through the roof. It is not good. It is not healthy. It's not a place I like to stay. So, step 1. What do I do first? I call it assessing the storm. You know as well as I do. You live in Northwestern Ontario, probably. If you live somewhere else, kudos for checking out this show. I appreciate it. But no matter where you live, chances are really good you have storms. And depending on what kind of storm, some of them can be really devastating. Someone just woke up. Can you tell? Did you see her on the... Uh-oh. I have company. I guess I should introduce her. Okay, because she's going to keep making notes. This is Oreo. Say hello, Oreo. This is Oreo. Oreo, doesn't she look great? Oreo is 20 years old. Oreo is a little old lady now. I got her as a kitten for my daughter when my daughter was 15, and I guess I just gave away my daughter's age, which she's totally going to kill me for, but whatever. So Oreo was a sole kitty for a long time, but when my daughter's family started growing, she really didn't handle kitties. Not kitties as in kitty cats, but kids. Grandchildren, my daughter's children. It was just too much for her. Again, mental health. So we decided she needed a retirement home. So, oh my God, she's licking the microphone. Can you hear that? I hope you can't hear that. But she needed a retirement home. So as I said, this little old lady gets to come live with the other little old lady, which is me. So, well, I guess she's going to hang out in my lap for the rest of the show, because maybe then she'll be quiet and let us talk. She has no storm. Can you tell? She's just cruising. She's got the wisdom of the animals. She's just doing her thing. There's nothing to stress about. As long as she has food, as long as she has a place to nap, as long as she has me to cuddle with, she is a happy camper. I think Oreo just became the unofficial theme of this show. Oreo. That's Oreo. Black and white. I know. It wasn't the most earth-shattering name, but it's cute. Back to what I was saying. Assessing the storm. I don't care where you live or what kind of storm you run into. If you don't prepare for it, you're putting yourself at risk. Whether it's one of those tornadoes that could take your house away, or whether it's a thunderstorm that can bring down your tent in the backyard, whatever the case may be, you prepare. And I know a storm sounds really super negative. I don't consider the fact that I'm super busy a negative at all, but it could become a negative. It could damage my career. It could make for a lousy result for my participants, none of which I want that to happen. So I have to prepare. I have to assess the storm. Okay, exactly how many things do I have to do, and how much time is going to be required, and how long is this going to last, and when can I take a break? Okay, assessing the storm. The second stage is planning how you're going to prepare for the storm, right? So I identified all the different projects I was working on. I identified how much time Oreo's batting my hand. I'm moving my hand. She wants to play. Ouch, don't bite me. Okay. Plan to succeed. I had to look at how many projects I had. I had to look how much time I would need on each project. And I literally grabbed my day book. And yes, I still have a day book. It is still sitting right here. I always joke around, this is my longest relationship. My ex-husband bought this for me, and we figured out it would probably be about 1996, let's say 95, probably 95. So that's 25 years old. It's in really good shape, right? So anyways, I put it in my day book. I can do this much today. That is all that is humanly possible. I allow time for food. I allow time for rest. I allow time for time with my loved ones. I allow cuddling time with a certain feline roommate who demands time. So I plan to succeed. I want to show you something else. Speaking of planning to succeed. Now, I had to shut this off for a sec to go grab something to show you. But all of you, I assume, know I'm an author. That's not a real surprise. If you Google my name, you're going to know that. But this is my first book, and you can tell Sandy's copy because it looks like it needs a haircut. But you can see, Daily Motivational Guide, which means 365 stories in there. When I first decided to write a book, one, I really didn't know how. Two, daunting task. So what I did, and this is a true story, I set a date. This book is going to be done by this date, because I knew if I didn't, I would be writing it for the rest of my life. And all those people out there that say they want to write a book, maybe that's the first step you need to do. Here's the day I'm going to have it done by. Now, give yourself a realistic date. You don't want to shoot your mental health into a negative place, but make sure it gets done. So March 31st for me, anyone out there in the nonprofit world, you know March 31st, end of the fiscal year. We were so used to rushing and getting everything done by that day. I had been an executive director of a nonprofit in Toronto for years, so it just made sense to me. Then it was a matter of math. Today's date to March 31st, how many days is that? I need 365 entries. 365 divided by how many days I had to do it told me how many entries I had to write each day. And if I took a day off or took a couple days off, then I adjusted the number. If I had a real couple great writing days and wrote more than I had projected, adjusted the number again. And guess what? My book was done at 1 p.m. on March 31st. Ta-da! It works. Plan to succeed. You know what I was thinking this morning? That I was trying to think of all the people I know, and could I guess which ones plan to succeed? And this is how my mind works. Do you know what popped into my head? People that back into their garages or back into their driveway. They take the extra time to prepare and do that extra step so that when they leave, when they have to go out, they're ready to go. They plan to succeed. If you're one of those people, and I don't do that. I don't like backing up. I plan to succeed. I just really don't like backing up, so I don't do that. I'll admit it. I'll own that. But if you're one of those people, you already have the skills. You know that planning to succeed is a good idea. So just keep going. Just keep doing it. And then the most important part. If you want to succeed, this is it. You assess the storm. You plan to succeed, and then do it. Take the action. Don't think about it anymore. Don't talk about it anymore. Get busy. Do what needs to be done today, that realistic list that you set aside for today. Or if you're starting tomorrow, make sure that you start tomorrow. Take the step. I check off every step. This morning was the first day of I'm going to have all this stuff to do. So I was like, okay, deep breath and go. Making this video was on my list. So check, it's done. You can do this, guys. You can totally do this. I know it's insane. And I know we're juggling a whole bunch of things and dealing with stuff we've never dealt before. But I'd be willing to bet that you've dealt with stuff for the first time in your past. This is not the first time you got caught off guard. This is not the first time you've been in a challenging situation and you survived those times. Maybe there you can look back and think, yeah, that part really didn't work. I should have never done that. Well, then don't do that. But there's things you did that did get you through it. So keep going. Pick the best solutions. Assess the storm. Plan for success. Then just do it. And always be a little flexible. I mean, at any point in time, a kitty cat might need some cuddling. You just never know. So there you have it, my friend. This is how to tackle absolutely anything. And that is this week's episode of Surviving Isolation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're doing well. Hang in there. Assess the storm. Plan to succeed. And then do it. But above all else, do not forget to cuddle with the kitty cat, because she deserves it. I love you. Until next time. Bye-bye.